Hey guys, this is Cat Lab here. It's CAD Lab here.
Alright guys, how you doing today? Today's a beautiful day. I'm going to be going over soft jaw on the 440 using these. These are soft jaws from Monster Jaws, and these are made for a 4-inch vise. They're about 1.5 inches high and 1 inch wide. Okay, we're going to be using these to mill out the second part of the back plates that we're going to be doing. Okay, so let's jump over here to Fusion 360. Here we have our base model. We've already drawn it in the first video. We've already did the cam in the second video. In the third video, we've already machined the top portion of it. Okay, so now we're left with the back. Alright, so we have one piece. I want to mill out two pieces. So I need to make a soft jaw that's going to close and clamp on two pieces. So we have about 4 inches to work with. So we're going to stay relatively in that 4-inch gap on those soft jaws. Okay, so let's draw this out really quick. I'm going to come here and I'm going to go to new component. Okay, never mind that. That was this is actually what we did for a customer of ours. So I'm going to take I'm gonna hit create, or the shortcut for create is L. Okay, it automatically puts me in to a drawing form and it's asking for a surface. So we're gonna choose this face because when we flip it around in a soft jaw, it's gonna be laying on its face so we can mill out the back, right? So I'm gonna choose this face. Okay, and then all we're gonna do is take the dimensions off of this soft jaw and just draw it. It's gonna be beautiful. Okay, so right now I'm gonna just come out of nowhere. Actually, I'm gonna go down to rectangle. I'm gonna go down to let's do 2 points. Okay, so what are we gonna do right now? We're gonna look at this label and just type it in. So my one soft jaw is 1.5. That's the height of it. So we're gonna go 1 inch wide. Okay, and then we're gonna come here, and then we're gonna go 4 inches long. Then we're gonna hit enter. Okay, now we need to draw the second jaw. Let me open this really quick. I'm gonna try to make this video as fast as possible, that way you guys understand, but I also want to cut this piece out too. We might do a little, giveaway to, this will be only for YouTube. I have an Instagram and we do giveaways on there all the time, but this will be only to YouTube and only to people who guess the question right or correct. Okay, so what we just did is we drew this one piece here. Okay, so now we need to make another piece. Now here's where the trick here's where it gets tricky, but I'm going to try to explain this to you as best I can. When you're making a soft jaw, you need to create some type of a gap, okay? And what this gap does is if I mill a pocket for the back plate and I mill it with it closed, there's no way you're going to be able to clamp on that piece. It's just going to sit right in there. So we have to selectively pick or selectively separate and pick our dimension to, when it closes, clamp on the soft jaw. So we can't just close it and mill it. We have to pick a dimension in the middle that will fit the back plate and close on it and stop on the back plate. Let me show you what I mean. So I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna hit L for line. Okay, I'm gonna just make sure that this line right here. The only reason why I'm drawing this line is for, like my first video, it's just for mirror purposes. Okay. I'm gonna go up top, hit equal. I'm gonna make this equal. Okay, they're equal. I'm gonna just line them up. Let's make sure they're exactly lined up. So when we mirror them, everything comes out perfect. Okay, that's straight. We'll straighten this up. We'll straighten that up. That's already straight. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is we need to get this on the other side. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to dimension this to this. I'm going to put 1.25. Okay. Now, the reason why I'm putting 1.25 is because that is half of the space that I need from jaw to jaw. Okay, so 1.25 is here, but when I mirror it, 1.25 will become 0.25. And the reason why is I'm gonna take an end mill. This is not the end mill that I'm gonna be using. So we get a perfect gap in between the soft jaws. I'm gonna take an end mill. I'm gonna take an end mill and put the end mill in between the soft jaw. That's gonna give me my quarter gap that I need. Okay, so I'm gonna come here to mirror. I'm gonna click all my lines. Okay, and if you want a faster way, I can click Shift and double click, and it will click all the lines a lot quicker than just pressing, line by line. I'm gonna go to mirror. I'm gonna select the line. I'm gonna select my middle line and hit OK. Okay, now we're gonna measure. We're gonna go from here, forget the middle line, to here. We should have about a 1/4 inch. Okay, that's perfect. It's beautiful. All right, now once we've done that, we can actually drag this up. Actually, hold on. All right, see, it's constrained to something. All right, let's figure it out. Edit sketch. Okay, what is it being held down by? Oh, nothing. Okay. All right. Now, I feel like, if you can see it, the gap is going to fall right in between the middle. Now, you don't have to be perfect with this. As long, I actually want to do 2 of them. Okay, I'm going to do this one, and then I'm going to mirror this body over to the other side. Okay, that looks perfect to me. Actually, we can. It's a lot more on the bottom side. We can drop that down a little bit. All right, and if it helps any, oof, that's not what I wanted to do. All right, if it helps any, we can make this line pretty much not controlling anything, completely invisible. It's still there, but it'll give us a better visibility when you make it a constructive line. It doesn't give you like these dark blue areas. It's completely hollowed out. It's not solid anymore, pretty much. Okay. So if you guys can see, pretend these are the soft jaws, and this is it at its closed point. This is it actually grabbing onto it. So let's say if I didn't have a gap in the middle of a quarter, or 1.25 on each side, and they were actually closed, all you'd be doing is milling a pocket out if it's closed. So there's nothing to clamp on. So you need to pick your areas, like the bottom. I have this area right here that's going to be milled out. Okay, and then the top I have this area that's going to be milled out, and this is a gap where nothing's holding. That's going to give me clampage. I'm going to be able to clamp that part. All right, so we're going to hit finish because that's what we need. And then we're going to go to extrude. Now, this is a little tricky because we have a bump here. Okay, so we're gonna have to take this side one by one. So we're gonna okay, this is gonna be a little tricky. I got you. Alright, so instead of paying attention to this bump here, we're just gonna go straight up here. This bump won't be held by anything, it'll be sitting on the soft jaw, but this right here, we're gonna come all the way up. So we're actually going to use this as a reference. So in order to do that, we're going to hit P for project. And what plane are we going to project it on? We want to project it on this plane right here. Alright, we're going to hit P for project. You'll see why. See how I get that line now? I don't have it with this. I don't have it at all on this plane. So I'm going to hit, matter of fact, I'm going to hit the whole body. Yeah, that's about right. Matter of fact, let's not do that because I don't want there to be any arrows. We'll hit that, that. I'm only looking for the wider parts, pretty much. We'll hit that, that. Okay, that looks good. See how it's ignoring this? I mean, I could have it do it, but I don't really, I need the outside. There we go. Okay, you see how it just works. Projections of your shapes, you hit P for projection, and you just get, especially when drawing on a surface, you get the body. You can do a lot with projection, a lot. It's a very strong tool within Fusion 360. All right, enough of that. Okay, now we're on the face. We're gonna come up. Where are we gonna come up to? I don't know. Let's eyeball it. Right, we're learning. We're just getting this. This is something that we need to learn in order to cut out many things. I've cut out plenty of things using this technique. Okay, we'll hold it about right there. All right. Doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to have it flush with the back plate. It just doesn't have to be perfect. It has to hold. That's perfect when it holds. Okay, now we have that. Let's bring our sketch back because now we want to do the same thing to this side. All right. I clicked this surface, that brought it up to the same exact height. You do it again. Click this surface, and this is where I want it to be. So I'm not gonna try to figure it out, and no, I'm gonna click this surface. It's gonna take me exactly where that surface is on this side, or where the height is on this side. Okay. I'm gonna hit OK. But we also have a small little problem here. There's no floor. So let's create a floor on the other side. It can't just sit there like that, right? So let's create something of a floor. We'll hit extrude. We'll go look. Now we have to click this gap because she, needs a floor to sit on. We won't do anything with this face because in all reality, there's no material there. at all. Well, there's supposed to be no material there. Okay, we're going to click this face, this face, this face. All right, and we'll even click these big faces here, and we'll just drag up a little bit, as long as it has some type of, yeah, perfect. We'll click new body so it doesn't really disrupt the function of the back plate. I want to be able to turn off and turn on the body without turning off the body, and this is attached to the body, so when I turn the body off, the bottom will disappear. New body. Okay, let's turn that body off. Alright, so this is pretty much what you're looking at. This is what you're looking to have, pretty much. Okay, now you may think that we're fine and everything's good. Okay, we're not fine. Alright, there is no possible way for your end mill to get down into this point. There's just no way. This is a perfect 90. It's just not going to happen. I'll show you. We'll hit sketch. Let's say, I don't know, let's say my tool is about, let's do 0.0625. Oh, I'm going to hit D for dimension. Let's say my tool is 0.0625, which is a 1/16th end mill. They're perfectly small and they get into nice areas. I love a 1/16th, but if you push it too hard, she will break. So let's say we're at a 1/16th tool. Okay, let me show you what will be left behind with a 1/16th. Okay, your tool's gonna come in here. It's gonna follow this edge. Nice, actually. Let me get it. Actually, it's tangent. Let me get it to where it's riding on that wall. Okay, so your tool's gonna come in here. You're machining. La da 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 da. You come in. Everything looks good. Everything looks good. But then hold on. When you get down here, we have a problem. This material is going to be left behind. You're not going to be able to cut that. So when we stick the piece in here that has, when we stick our backplate that has that perfect 90 on the outside, it's not going to fit. It's not, because this material is going to be left behind. So what can we do to eliminate that? Alright, I'm going to hit Control Z to back it up a little bit. Control Z just backs it up the steps. How many times you press it? If you did 3 steps, you hit Control Z 3 times to back you up from those 3 steps. Okay. So what are we going to do here? Okay. This may work for everybody. It may not work for everybody, but it definitely works for me. So I'm going to draw these circles here. That's 1, 2. For every point, I'm going to make a circle. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I'm going to draw 6 circles. Alright, and I'm going to make them all equal each other. Okay, these guys should be exactly 1/16. Fusion bumps it up a little bit. It's alright, I'm alright with that. Oh, let's just do a quick, yeah, see? 0.063. Alright, we can't, obviously, because they're all equal to each other, we can't add a dimension. Okay, so now I'm gonna just plug them. I could actually, no, we'll do this the longer way. Boom. And we'll take this guy over here. Boom. Done. Okay. So now here's where the coolness comes in. So what are these called? A lot of people call them Mickey Mouse ears or rabbit ears. I just call them relief cuts. They're relief cuts that will take those 90s away and allow your part to slip right in and get rid of that stock that would get left behind if, you know, if we came in here with a 1/16th thinking that we could hit a full 90-degree angle with a round surface, meaning the tool. It's just not going to happen. Alright, so here's what I like to do. And this is a little bit of the long way because I usually mirror, but it's okay. Alright, I went over here, 3-point arc, okay, and I just put it anywhere. Now what I want it to do is be tangent. Whoa. Alright, she went crazy on me. Control Z to back out. Okay, I want this to be tangent, meaning I want it to flow nice. I want it to flow nice and even. I want there to be a smooth transaction into that relief cut. I don't want it to just burn, just go right in, snap my little baby tool, and then it's a wrap from there, right? No. Okay, so I just made this tangent. It found the perfect flow spot with the circle, and then I want it to be tangent to this line. It finds a nice little spot to continue that curve to go inside. Okay. We could just dimension it from here. If I want it to be smaller, it could be smaller. It's not a big deal. Okay, we put 0.07. There we go. And then we'll dimension it from here to there. Boom. Done. All right. I like my sketches to be always constrained. Okay, now what I will do is, to save a little time, I will come up to here and place a point right in the middle. And, oops, somebody added me as a friend. I will come in here and place a point in the middle just so we can have a mirror line. I'm a big fan of mirror. I believe if you do it on one side, it should be done faster on the other side, like this. Boom, done. Okay. Now, I know this drawing may look a little crazy right now, but what we're going to do is we're going to hit T for trim, and we're going to trim that guy away. We're going to trim this guy away. And drawing's even getting crazier. And we're going to trim this guy away and that guy away. So, what we have here is some funky looking relief cuts. I didn't think about this when I was making the video. But it's cool. It's cool. Alright. So what we're going to do here is finish sketch, extrude. We'll pick this point. We'll pick this point. And all I'm going to do is just select that face. Oh, look, we're on new body. We need to change from new body to cut. And we're going to go down to the bottom all the way. So you see what we're left with now? Okay? I mean, it looks crazy, but this is, I don't make this stuff up. You know, I've learned this throughout the years. Alright, so we'll jump back in sketch into our wonky sketch here. And then we'll start doing the same thing to this side. Okay, we have our circles. They're perfect. We'll come over here. We'll go to our arc. It's a 3-point arc. There are different arcs, by the way. It's not only a 3-point. You have a center point arc, tangent arc, and a 3-point arc. My fave is the 3-point arc. Okay. We'll come here to tangent. I actually don't want this to be in the middle because that's going to stop me from doing a lot of good stuff. So we made that. I don't think, yep, okay. And then we'll come here. This could be a lot bigger. Say right there. We'll get our dimension on this arc. We'll find out what the radius is. Okay, the radius is 0.09. I like it. Alright, now the same thing for this side. I'm going to come here. I'm going to select a point. I could either find my middle point on this line, or I could just click it out here, come to midpoint, click the circle, and then click the line. Alright, I only do that to mirror, but I also do that to measure holes in certain spots. So if I want to put the center of a hole in a certain spot, I'll click the point, take the point to where the dimension is leading me, and then dimension the point and create my circle from there. Alright, we'll mirror this, take that from there, select a mirror point. This is where I want it to be. Boom. Alright, and then we'll do the same thing for this side. But here we go. This is going to be a little difficult because I actually want this to be the same on this side. So what we'll do here is we'll draw. See how my midpoints, every midpoint, this side to this side has a midpoint. Even from this side to the bottom, we have a midpoint. There's always a midpoint. I love going from midpoint to midpoint. See? Fusion is smart enough to tell me exactly where my midpoint is. So now let's find our midpoint for this line here. I'm going to put a point, click out of nowhere, we'll find our midpoint. Where'd you go? Hit Control Z, find out where to go. Here we go. Let's find our midpoint. This is the guy. Alright, now we want to find our midpoint. Okay, so our midpoint is right here, right next to our other midpoint in the middle where we mirrored from. So we'll click this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and then we'll select. I might have to draw a line. Yeah, might have to draw just a little bit of a line. I'm getting a little bit of a lag on my screen. Okay. Alright, we're doing a lot better now. Alright, we'll click that, click that, click that, click that, and then we'll select our mirror line, which is this little guy right here. Let's see if that worked. It did. Boom. It's fully constrained. Alright, so let's go to Finish Sketch. Actually, we did a little bit of a mistake. We have to go back into that sketch and remember what we did for this side. We have to hit T for trim. Get rid of this guy, get rid of him. He's not doing nothing for us. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. We're still fully constrained. Get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. And now we are left with weird relief cuts. Okay, we'll click this, click this, click this, click this. Okay, now where are we going to go to? Where is it going to be our final det that we're going to go to? We're going to go down here, all the way to here. Okay. That's perfect. Alright, so we're not just done yet. We're not just done yet. Alright, let's turn back on our body. Okay. Okay, now these aren't, if you can see the back of the body, these aren't complete 90s. Okay, I believe when I was drawing it, I turned these points to half of a 1/16th, which I think is like 0.03125, a 1/32. Okay, so what's going to happen is if I don't add some type of radius to this corner, again, it's also a type of a relief cut, but if I don't add some type of radius to this corner, what's going to happen is I have a corner that's sharper than the original model, what I set it out to draw. This is a file that I found that we did a long time ago for a customer, CR, and I didn't add the radiuses like I did on the first version on how to draw this part. So just really quickly, we'll turn back off the body, and we'll add that same radius so it flows nice and evenly into that radius we milled out into the part. Okay, we'll pick that. We'll pick that. Pick that. We'll go 0.03125. That should go right in there, no problem. It should be a perfect fit. So when we clamp down, the bottom of the base plate will slide right into there, thus causing a nice clamp pressure. So when we cut it, it doesn't fly right out of the vise. Okay. Now we're ready to hide these sketches. That looks really weird. Ready to hide these sketches. Turn on the body. We'll go to the body phase of it. And this is what it's looking like. That's the bottom. Okay, it's sitting in there nicely. But what's being clamped on? This inner radius here. We'll turn on the wireframe view so you guys can get a better look. And as you can see, I'm not trying to rush. I'm taking my time, so you know we are all on the same level. You see where it's holding on to? This is where it's holding it. It's ignoring that bottom because we didn't start our drawing from that bottom. So it's holding on to here. And then look how nicely it sits in. Okay? This is the bottom piece of the soft jaw, and it's clamping onto the part right here. And the same thing. Okay? You see the relief cut. Beautiful. I'm giving plenty of room for those 90s to slide in. And then right here we're clamping on to the leg. Same thing on this side. Clamping onto the leg. Okay? And then right here, see that 90? We got that radius nice and comfy in there. Everybody's clamping and doing what they're supposed to be doing. Okay? Alright, we'll take it off a wireframe. Go back to our favorite, visible with hidden edges. Alright, now, one more step, actually two more steps to this soft jaw. I could have actually got rid of this body here too and made it one solid piece, but that's okay. Okay, now we're missing something. Okay, we want to do two of these. We don't just want to do one. We want to do two. Alright, so we can come here. We can create a mid-plane. I love planes and I love mirroring. So this is how you mirror using this strategy, a non-drawing strategy. This is forming the shape, or I'm creating a mirror from the body, not from a sketch. Okay, that's my mid-plane, directly center of the soft jaw. Alright, now we'll come up here to mirror. And I'm going to I could either click the whole entire thing, which doesn't really give you an accurate mirror sometimes, but I'm going to just take my time, come in here and select the faces. Nice and easy. No big deal. Just take my time. Sometimes you're probably able to hold down shift and double click, and it might work depending on yeah, it's not going to work for this. I use that method a lot in 3D. So we'll just take our time. Oh. And we'll come here to select mirror. Boom. See that? I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of giving you like a little preview. And like magic, Boom. It's done. Okay, but hold on, wait. We're not done yet. We are going to turn off the construction. Okay. And what's the problem here? There's no problem with the soft jaw. We have it spaced out correctly. There's no problem with the relief cuts. We've made those. We've put radiuses on 90s. It's always a good thing. So what is the problem? The problem is that if you were to set this up, okay? Now I trust these are machine soft jaws, okay? I trust these. I can go off the edges. I can use this side as my Y. I can use this side as my X, and I can use the top of this as my Z. But let's say if I have a probe, which, you know, thankfully we do have a probe. I want to add some type of datum hole, some type of hole that's going to always be consistent no matter what. I can shave off one of these sides and now I can't use that side to set my coordinates on. So what I want to do, I want to make a datum hole, okay? And the datum hole is always going to make sure that my parts are exactly where they're at every single time. It's repeatable. So I want to make sure that you can learn this process along with drawing a soft jaw, because you could just slam these bad boys in, and no matter what condition, or if you mill into them on the sides, you don't have to depend on that. Or even if one of your soft jaws are slightly, you know, off a little bit, you can depend on that datum hole. Okay, so what we're going to do is hit create sketch. We're going to go to the top. Or we can exit, hit L for shortcut. We'll hit L and we'll get to the top. Okay. Now my datum hole, I always make it a little bigger than my probe. I'm gonna hit circle. I always make them a little bigger than my probe. I like them at, you know, 400 thou. Okay. Now I'm gonna just dimension it from here to here. I'm going to put 0.2. Oh. What in the world? There you go. I'm going to put 2 inches. Oh, 2 inches. There we go. That puts me right in the middle, because the soft jaw's 4 inches long. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to just put 0.2. Oh. D for dimension. Oh man, come on. D for dimension. Click the circle. If it lets me, there we go. Actually, we'll put 0.5. That's in the center, directly in the center, okay? Because our soft jaw's 1 inch wide, so we'll put 5, ½ inch. And then we're 4 inches long, we'll put 2 inch. Okay. Now here's the tricky part. Okay. I'm gonna take this hole down to the bottom. Okay, because our part is gonna be facing it on the floor, upside down on the floor. Our bottom part is gonna be, this is a soft jaw. Our bottom part is gonna be on the floor of that soft jaw. Base plate on the floor of the soft jaw. So I'm going to use this as my Z, the face of the part as my Z. And I could just, I didn't know I was going to have to go into it like this, but I think that I should explain that to you. So here's our datum hole. You can even engrave something cool on there, whatever you want. Here's our soft jaw. We have it all milled out. We have the 90s. Everything's beautiful and perfect. Now let's just go over to manufacture really quick. Let me show you what I mean. Oh, and for those of you who have like highly intense OCD, I'll show you a quick trick. If I could turn on the body. Okay, let me show you a quick trick. All right. Let's say I want there to be two back plates in there. Okay, so what I would do is, let me see the best method. I would hit M for move or copy. Shortcut, M. All right. Hold on. First, I'm going to measure from here, from this point, if I can get to it. From this point, from the back side to the front side. All right, we have a total distance of 2 inches and 117 thousandths. Okay, so let's try to copy this guy. I only want him to move an X, right? So let's go 2.1. Whoa! All right, see, we made a grave mistake. Hold on. We'll go 0. I forgot one important thing. You have to create copy. Click create copy. So let's go back up to X. Let's go 2.117. Look at that. Look at that. Within seconds, we created another one. Okay. That's for the people with the high OCD like myself. I have to see 2 parts in there. It's not necessary. You could always create copy and, you know, for your tool paths, that's fine. But me, I'd rather see it because I know it's there. All right. So I mean, we'll do it again. We'll do it again. Control Z, by the way, to redo what you did, to undo what you did. So we'll hit inspect for measurement. We'll go to the farthest point. We'll click that point, and then we'll come here. And let's see what measurement we get. We have 2 inches and 117 thousandths. Okay. We'll hit M for move / copy. We'll click the body. We'll hit create copy. We'll remember that total distance. What was it? 200 and 117 thousandths. Perfect. Okay. That's beautiful. Now let's set this up really quick on the cam side. All right. So we'll right click for edit. We'll tell it that these are our 2 bodies. Okay, it's gonna do its normal thing. It's gonna stretch all the way across. It's not gonna select them individually. I would have to do 2 different setups if I wanted it to be like that, as far as I know. Now here's where you have to be careful, okay? Because if not, you're begging for a crash, and I don't like to use the crash word. So we'll come here. It says select a point. I don't want to select. Oh, actually, I do want to select a point. Usually it says select model box. You know, that's your model. It gives you stuff off of the model. Or you can do stock box point. Now we're working with the stock that we measured and we put in there. But I don't want to do that. I want to go to select a point. Now my point is this guy. Now what does this mean? My coordinates are set off the floor of this. So if I have a probe, this is gonna be my Z height. So it'll automatically calculate based on my stock and my drawing. I don't know why that's there. It's starting to creep me out a little bit. Get rid of that. We'll select him. I think that's a small glitch, but it's alright, it's fine. As long as this guy says it's there, I don't care what it does. So with a probe, I'll come in here, touch the bottom, and then probe out this circle, and it automatically knows where these 2 plates are. Okay, I'm Jonathan Pierre with CAD Lab CNC Machining Studio. We really look forward to helping you guys along the process. We look forward to teaching you whatever we learned ourselves. I'm a big fan of 3D and sculpting. If you guys want to see some of those videos, just comment down below, subscribe, share, get the name out there. And to be honest with you, we are going to be doing a giveaway. We're milling these 2 back plates out of titanium, and we're going to be doing a giveaway on these 2 parts exclusively to the people who watch this video on YouTube. Thank you guys. I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and we'll see you again on the next one.